Joining me today is Becca Lawrence with the SPCA. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. I wanted to talk today about the SPCA needing fosters for kittens. How many do you need at the moment?
Well, for the most part, the big rush that we had come in last week, we have been able to find fosters for that crew. But we've gotten a few phone calls already about more litters of kittens that need to come in. So we do anticipate within the next couple weeks of needing quite a few more foster homes.
Okay, and now what can residents all expect to be involved in the process for fostering a kitten?
Yeah, so I mean, like the crew that we just had right now, they were all really, really young, so they're all bottle babies. So obviously we supply the KMR milk and all of the bottles, everything like that. So we supply all of that stuff, but I mean, it's kind of it can be a little nitty gritty sometimes. You have to kind of help them go to the bathroom. You have to kind of get up with them and feed them whenever they're hungry, sort of thing. So it is a bit tedious, but I mean, in the end, rewarding as well. But yeah, like that's some like sometimes we get the litters that will start eating right away, thankfully, but there are the few that do need bottle feeding.
And can you elaborate a bit more on what sort of supplies people would need, like for food and litter boxes?
Yeah, like we supply all of that. So I mean, we'll give you the blankets, the litter boxes, the litter, the food, everything that you possibly need. Like we have a few fosters that go out of their way and they buy their own stuff, but I mean that's not an expectation on our part. But yeah, like we obviously will give you the toys and everything that you need, the heating pads. Again, like nothing is really expected on your part, but to give those animals that care that they need and a place for them to stay.
And just for people that didn't know yet, what kind of requirements are needed for people to be able to foster a kitten?
Obviously, if you have some past history on being able to care for animals or having like, bottle fed or anything like that, obviously if it's kind of your first time with any pets or anything like that, we run you through everything. And we'll give you a bit of an easier kitty or puppy, anything like that to work with. We're not just going to throw you right into the bottle babies and having to just fully know exactly what you're doing. But obviously we'll help you out with every step of the way. But yeah, I mean, if you have that, past history of knowing how to care for them, then that's exactly what we're looking for.
And have you had residents that were under 18 years of age that have been wanting to foster a kitten?
I think, obviously a lot of, of the younger kids want to come in and, it's no problem for them, right? But I mean, obviously the parents have to be okay with it as well too. Because, they're going to be there, they're going to be helping as well. So that's something that's, we definitely still need the parents' approval on that sort of thing if you're under the age of 18. But I mean, we're not opposed to it either. If that's something that, that the whole family's interested in, we definitely want to hear from them as well.
And from the start for fostering kittens for this program, has the SPCA received lots of support from residents so far?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's sometimes where we run into some issues where we just can't find a few more here and there. But I mean, vast majority of our animals are in foster right now. Like you come to the shelter and you don't see very many for cats. We don't have that much for adult cats in the shelter. But I mean, I think we have over 90 cats in our care right now, and majority of them are in our foster care. So we absolutely have a big helping from our community, but it's just those times where just those couple few more come in that we need a little bit more fosters.
And have you noticed during COVID, especially, that the amount of kittens needing homes has been getting higher and higher?
It's kind of, it seemed like it was a bit of a slow start to it initially, just with everything with COVID happening. It was almost like, nobody really wanted to leave their house, obviously. And, so we weren't really seeing a spike like that. But then, kind of that June area hit, and we had a huge load of kittens come in. And that's typically when we normally start to see it anyway. And then again in the fall, we always see another huge, income of our animals as well. But yeah, like, so I mean, I think I would say it's been about the same as it was in previous years.
Hmm. And what other ways can residents help the SPCA for getting kittens to good homes, other than fostering them, of course?
Yeah, I mean, obviously by donating, like, because obviously we get them all spay neutered. or even just in the beginning, you know, the KMR milk that we do need. Litter's a huge one that we offer up to our fosters, and kitten food. So those are our biggest ones right now. You know, the wet food, wet canned food, and the kitten dry food. And you know, the KMR, we know it is a little bit more expensive, but I mean, if you know, if you're feeling really nice that day, we absolutely would take it. But yeah, and litter as well. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add for residents to know about fostering kittens?
Yeah, just like I said, we know it's a tough job. We have one foster where I can't even tell you how many kittens she's fostered, and she's only ever really adopted two from us. So it's quite impressive. Actually, two fosters that are like that. So I mean, it's really amazing when you know, you kind of get over that hump of, you know, having to give them back every time. But you know, in the end, it is really rewarding, and it's something that obviously we're not expecting you to do every single time we get a litter of kittens in. You're definitely allotted that break sort of thing. But yeah, like it's one of those things. If you know you don't have time to volunteer here, but you're wanting to help out, that's a really good way to help out.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Becca, and hopefully more kittens will be getting good homes in the future.
Yes, we're hoping so.